Okay, so last night or a couple days ago, I did a video on opening a bag of broken watches, and this was one of the watches that came out. It's this Olivia, and I said that I would be opening it up in front of everybody, and which I am doing right now. Uh, One of my subscribers, really keen eyesight, like he really was observant because he picked up on this case back and diamond tooled. He noticed that and he said that usually when you see a case back like that, it's usually a pretty cheap watch. And although this watch looks really beautiful, and I do really like the look of this watch, I love just kind of the cream dial and the gold indices and everything else. I really like this watch and really like the case. Unfortunately, the case, the plating is worn right off of it. But he said that usually when you see this kind of case back, that it's going to be probably a pretty cheap movement inside. Unfortunately, I have to agree with him. I replied back to him that I've opened up like a lot of these type of watches with these case backs, and it is true. Usually you have a pretty basic movement in there, and I guess these were the more affordable watches of the time. That doesn't detract from the way it looks. I still think it's a beautiful looking watch, but I do believe he's right. I think it's going to be a pretty cheap movement in there. Vintage all the same. I have to admit though, it's not working now, and I did give it a bit of a wind, but last night this thing was just ticking away and quite loudly. I don't know why it's not ticking now. It obviously needs to be cleaned, but you could really hear the movement just tick, 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 which usually is an indication that it's a pin movement as far as I'm concerned. Usually if it's that loud, you can really, it's usually a pin movement. Anyways, so I'm going to open this up. You'll notice that the case has been polished. I did polish the case last night, or the crystal and the case. It's got a little bit more of a shine to it. I love vintage watches. I'm not going to lie. I really enjoy cleaning them up. So I didn't open it because I promised I would do that on camera. But I did give it a crystal polish because I wanted to see what the dial looked like. And it's a really cool looking dial. I like the simplicity of it. But anyway, without any further ado, we'll open it up. There it says again, right? You know, diamond tooled and Swiss made. It doesn't say anywhere on the watch how many jewels there are, so that's another indication that the movement is probably going to be a pretty basic movement. But here we go. I'm going to use just a normal knife on this. I wouldn't be surprised also with these diamond tooled backs where it says diamond tooled on it. Usually the movement is stuck right inside the case, so I'm not too worried about getting into the movement here, but there we go. Pretty easy to open. Just going to get my fingernails in here and see if I can pull the back off. There we go. That's nice. And there we are. Yeah, at that, you know, I really like that dial. I noticed, now that I got it open, I was just wondering if some of these markings on it are scratches or no, that's right in. It's a really handsome looking dial. I love this dial. But anyways, we'll see what's inside it. I'm just going to carefully pull that. I'm just going to use, there we go. Got to one side. Oh, kind of getting off camera here. There we are. Oh, I can tell you right now, BFG. And that, I tell you, I wonder if that subscriber wants to work for me. He's dead on the money. He said it's probably a BFG. And sure enough, there it is. It's I believe that's an 866. Let me zoom in a little closer on that. Yeah, he called it. If there was an award, he would win it. Yeah, he called it. I believe that's a BFG 866. If I'm not mistaken. Although in beautiful shape. There it is. There's the, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me get my, right there's the BFG 866. That's the one. And he's also correct too. One jewel. It's right here on the top. Here's for the balance wheel is the 1 jewel. But it is in beautiful condition. I have to admit, I don't think I've ever had one come across my desk that looked that nice. If I'm not mistaken, I would say that this was serviced not too long. Could use some oil. But this is clean. Like really clean. Hey guys, I think this has been serviced at some point. Look at that. Let's see if I can zoom in a little more. That is a really clean movement. Like that is really, really clean. I know I'm in shock. I'm not going to lie. I am a little bit in shock with this because usually I get these and they're trashed. But look at the way the light plays off all the parts. I think this has been serviced not that long ago. I think it keeps stalling out, probably because the watchmaker may have not oiled the jewel. But that is a really clean movement. I am really impressed with this. So albeit it is probably a pretty cheap watch in its day, or not cheap, let's say affordable. It's probably a pretty affordable watch in the day. You can see now that I got the magnifying, like I got the camera magnified, that's what I'm talking about here. I just want to get something that won't scratch the dial. Sorry, I'm hitting my camera. This stuff here, I wanted to see if that's right in the enamel. I was kind of hoping that this would just come off, but that is a nice watch. Oh, see it stopped. Well, I probably touched the balance. That's what it was. Let's give it a little bit of air. Well, it's hard to do this on camera. There we go. Yeah, I think that just needs to be oiled. I think that's all what that needs. It just needs to be oiled. But there you have it. There she is. That's what she looks like on the inside. And I am really impressed with this. I am very happy with it. And I like the way it sits in the case. You see this here. That's why I have to use my fingernails. Let me get my tool again here. You can see right here these little clips, and it pops right back into the case. So there's the case. It's got some kind of crown on it though. I've never seen the crown before. Swiss made. But that just kind of pops nicely back into here. Just make sure that's lined up. And there you go. Now it's all safely back in. I really like this design. But there you go. That is a really nice watch. You know, anti-magnetic. Okay, well there you go. That's really interesting. I'm just going to finish the servicing on this. I'm going to polish it up, clean it. I don't think you can't do much with the case. I do electroplating and nickel plating, but I don't do any gold plating. So I don't know, I might have to bring that away to get that done over. Actually, that's a good question for anybody if you want to leave a comment. Should I get this replated? Or should I just continue buffing it up and seeing how nice I can make it and just kind of keep it as is? Or I don't know. You tell me. What would you think I should do with something like this? Should I get it replated, or does it take away from the originality of the watch? I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. You can just leave a comment what you think. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this, please like and subscribe. I always like getting new subscribers. And please comment. I love answering comments. I love talking to my community about watches. I never get tired of it. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, and take care.